There's good news and bad tonight for prospective home buyers or sellers. A new report indicates while housing prices are still lower in the first quarter of the year compared to a year ago, Vancouver is also still leading the country when it comes to prices. The report finds the average price of a two-story home in Vancouver fell 12.6% in the first quarter to $829,000. However, the national average for the same home is $379,000. Our condo prices were down as well by 5.3% to $405,000. But that's still far ahead of our closest competition, Toronto, at $297,000. Overall, housing prices are not expected to move up until the economy does, and experts say that will likely be the first half of 2010. We reported on the numerous projects on the Lower Mainland that have been delayed or put on hold indefinitely due to the slumping economy. The same is true in the Okanagan, where work has stalled on yet another nearly complete condominium complex. And while the developer says he has all but secured new financing, questions are being raised about whether or not the project will be finished. CHBC's Court Smith reports.
It's been sitting untouched for 2 years. The Willows condo complex should have been built and filled a long time ago. Now it's nothing more than an empty eyesore. When the developers went broke, it was assumed someone would come along and buy it. After all, about 85% of the work was already done. Now, officials in Lake Country are just hoping the bank will cut someone a break on a deal so the building doesn't have to be demolished.
Eventually, if it becomes too derelict or if it becomes hazardous, then we have to look at public safety. If people start hanging out and fires start and that sort of thing, then we'd probably have to get a demolition order, which would certainly be a waste.
Now comes word that another Lake Country development is in trouble. This is the Winterra complex, which was even further along than the Willows when a number of its pre-sales fell through, forcing the developers to miss a number of payments. When that happened, work on the building all but stopped, even though 10 suites had already been filled and other buyers were waiting to get in. We spoke with the owner of Ruby Lake Developments, which was doing the work here at Winterra. He says they're doing everything they can to make sure this doesn't turn into another Willows. A financer is now in place and they have a plan to get back to work completing this building soon. He says a new marketing campaign will soon be launched and they fully expect to eventually sell all of the units in this building. That should be good news for buyers who have put cash down on Winterra and for the district as well, which has invested money in development infrastructure.
The sooner it's built out, then the more revenue is returned to the district from it. But if it's not totally built out, then there are still costs we have to pay.
For now, all anyone can do is hope Winterra doesn't become another Willows blowing in the wind.